Now, this unit aims to develop knowledge and understanding of the key marketing principles and practices with a focus on market research. I'll just crack it down to the easier words. Market research is what about the segmentation, geographic, demographic, size, age, gender, and then we, develop the product. First, we need to study the market. What is going to be the top hit post product and what is going to be the low key product. And then we do the working on it, homework, research and development, and then things come up. It's mandatory to use small medium enterprises of any country of your choice for the example purposes. For this course, we are in total having almost, 6 learning outcomes. And with that prospective assessment criteria, both the pass part, merit part, distinction part, they all are necessary to attempt. And right underneath, we have the indicative content. Like, it makes things very easy. You have the points you need to add up into the assessment criteria and write the questions answer in the detail. That's it. And then we have the assignment brief as well for this course. And task 1 is amalgamation of LO1 complete, LO2, and 4M1 as well. So then we are going to do the task 1 once we're done with all of these assessment criteria and merit part. Now, what's the market research? According to definition, it is the process of gathering, analyzing, and interpreting the information about work. Now, first is all about the process of gathering. You want to do the research on an XYZ product or you want to launch something, you're going to definitely do the homework for it, gathering up the data, whether it's going to be primary, secondary, then you will be analyzing it from your own capabilities, and then you're going to ask questions from the others too, who are expert in this field, and then interpret it according to your budget, finance, your motive, your objectives of the organization. Now, with the definition context, it is a market including the target audience, that is consumers. Obviously, you do the market research for whom? First is consumers. And then we talk about the segmentation, segregation, demographics, and geographics as well. The size, age, gender, and XYZ stuff. Consumer needs and preferences, what they want from us. What's the necessity? The industry as a whole, then we focus on the industry because for every product, for every category, we have the industries restricted to it. And the competitors, you alone are not supplying milk everywhere or bread everywhere. They're the competes too. So you're going to focus accordingly. Why we do the market research? The purpose. First, understanding the consumer behavior and expectations, what they're actually like wanting from the producers, the entrepreneurs, the suppliers. Then we're going to work on it. Like before the COVID, people rarely use the mask and sanitizers. Now it's the mandation. Identify the business opportunities. Obviously, when you come into the market, you're doing the research, you get to know your capabilities, opportunities, and you're going to explore yourself too. Like you have the potential, go ahead. Improve the products or services, upgrading it, making improvement in it. Reduce risk when launching the new products. Now, how we can reduce the risk when we're launching the new products? Way too simple. By testing it out, sending up the samples. Stay ahead of the competitors. When you're researching a lot and your R&D is getting a lot of expense and money from the departments, from the finance specifically, then they're going to do what? They're going to do the researches in the best way possible to make the organization compete in all levels. Then comes the LO1 heading, understanding the key principles of marketing that underpin the market research. That is, what are the key characteristics? We're going to talk about that now. First is obviously the consumer orientation or the customer. The customer is the center of all the marketing decision. Yes, we want it, and only then they're going to produce it and we're going to get it. Market research helps understand what consumers need, want, and prefer. There is a clear difference between need and want. Need is a necessity from which you cannot think to be alive, like water, fresh air. And want is your desires. Like, you think of the luxurious life and you get it. And preferences, the choice between two objects or things. Then comes understanding the market environment, how the mechanism works basically. The businesses need to know what's happening in the industry and among the competitors. Like I always quote the example of the Nokia and Apple. Nokia was leading up to the 40% of the market share, and then they were so confident that nobody was going to beat us. But now everyone is so boosted with the Apple because they were not upgrading themselves. This was the main reason why Nokia get down. Research provides insights into the trends, challenges, and opportunities. Way too simple to understand that how thing gets viral. If one is doing, the other is going to copycat them. Let's do segmentation and targeting. Not all the consumers are the same. Now, few are more into quantitative products. They want the quantity rather than the price, but the other one is the qualitative one. They need a quality and they don't consider the prices. They want a good quality product. Market research helps divide the market into segments, that is age, gender, location, like toddlers, infants, youth, teenagers, and so on, and the gender and the location too. And target in the right group. Like if I talk about in KSA, South Asia, people mostly they wear the abayas and everything. But if you see the Southern culture and the Western too, the lifestyle is widely different. The marketing mix, that is the four P's, the most famous one in the business. We have seven P's too. The first one is obviously the product, price, place, promotion. Like when we talk with the layman about the business categories, we always talk about the four P's, and we have four C's too. Product, what it is. What do consumers want? What they want from us. Price, what are they willing to pay? A premium price, a low category price. Place, where do they want to buy? Online, in the shop, or a franchise. Promotion, what messages will attract them? How to boost their mind towards the product, the commodity. 1.1 assessment criteria. It says describe the diverse activities carried out in the marketing departments of organization. Diverse activities, that is, you're not going to confine yourself with one category of activity. There are going to be various options which we have to avail. And in what sense? In the marketing departments of organization. Every organization, regardless of structure, size, compete, we have the marketing department in it. And the command verb is describe, which means provide an extended range of detailed factual information about the topic or item in a logical way. Now, first you're going to explain all the keywords which were in the question, then you are going to work on the indicated content points, but in depth. Diverse activities in the marketing department of the organization. Now, marketing is a strategic business function that involves the identifying, anticipating, satisfying the consumer needs profitably. Like you're not going to go in the loss, obviously. In SMEs, particularly in Saudi Arabia, marketing plays a vital role in growth and sustainability. Marketing is specifically a strategy which we opt for to enhance and to capture the attention of the consumers by the advertisements most of the time, or by giving the offers to buy one get one free, or you're going to shop up to this amount you're going to get some gift or something like that. And it happens in mostly every country now. Key definitions and terminologies which we are going to study right now. The first one is the marketing. It is a management process responsible for identifying, anticipating, and satisfying the consumer requirements profitably. You're going to make sure that the consumer entity is way too happy with you as a producer, as an entrepreneur. And with that, you're going to be very sure that you're not going to be in the losses or even break-even point. You have to be at the profit margin. You have to be earning the sub-abnormal profit or super abnormal profits. We have the categories of profits. Then comes the research, the process of collecting and analyzing the data about the target markets, consumer preferences, and competitors. Without doing these three important things, you cannot opt for a better product or some an existing product you want to upgrade it, or you want to launch something new in the market. Objectives, specific goals a business wants to achieve through marketing efforts, like increase brand awareness. Example I can give to you, few organizations, they restrict using the plastic bottles, and they confront that they have to go for the BPA bottles, BPA proof. They are really good for the health. The feeder bottles, the water bottles, the sippers and everything. Target market, a specific group of potential consumers that a business aims to serve, like the niche market, specific name is that. We're going to serve only them, like the big brands, Hermes, Louis Vuitton, Ferrari. They have the booked client and then they work with them. Functions of marketing. Marketing departments in the SMEs carry out the several interconnected activities. The first one is the distribution, ensuring the products reach the consumer at the right time and place. That is, you're not waiting for so long at the queue and you're not getting it, or maybe it's not being delivered. Like the Noon app, the grocery app, right? Which people use.
Yeah,
So,
it's
like,
an online,
yeah, it's an
just like
online
Amazon.
grocery store. So you have to, it's upgraded all the time. They even ask you questions through the surveys that what upgrades you want in it and the categories. And then when you order it, it makes sure to promptly and swiftly you get the orders too. So there is a proper mechanism working behind. For example, Al-Zamil Food Industries and Saudi SME distributes frozen food products across the GCC through the whole continent to the supermarkets and local grocery stores using different supply chains logistics. There is no one supplier to supply all those frozen items. I don't know about the Saudi, but in the UAE we have Sadia, and even in Saudi we have Sadia brand too, the frozen brand. We don't have one supply chain logistics. So many suppliers are working with those companies. Financing. Securing the funds needed for the marketing activities and operations. That is, if you want to exceed yourself, you want to expand yourself, like you were working in Jeddah as the coffee shop, now you want to open another coffee shop in Riyadh or Dammam. So you have to have some savings behind now. Nadik Juice and SME in the beverage sector uses internal budgets and promotional financing to run the seasonal campaigns and sampling, like the advertisements you watch on the TV and the billboards. Research, gathering information on the consumer preferences, competitors, and market trends. As I said, you cannot alone do the research on the consumer entity. Consumers are the first one, but then you need to see your competitors too, your rivals too, and what is going on in the market. Like in the summers, you cannot expect that we're going to have spike in the rise sales of hot chocolate. It's going to be
Exactly.
chillers and iced tea and the ice creams. Dr. Sweet Bakery, a local SME in Riyadh, survey consumers to decide a new cake flavor and the track satisfaction. Like here in Tehzeeb Bakers in Islamabad, uh, when they are about to launch something new, they always make sure that everyone tries it. Like it's for free. They go to consumer who is standing in the bakery and forcefully make sure they try it to give and to get a live feedback. Pricing, setting the right price that balances consumer value with profitability. That is, you're not dignifying the dignity and the respect of the consumer. With that, you're working on the profit margins too. For example, Allium Dairy Company prices its milk competitively by analyzing the consumer purchasing power and the competitive pricing. Like, I don't know about how do you get milk there if you want to get the fresh milk. Here in Pakistan, we have different categories. We have our own farmhouses as well. We can fetch it from the local milk shop, and we can even get the Tetra Pak one. Product and service management, developing, improving, and managing the product life cycles. Product life cycle means from where it started, where was at the boom, and where it got ended. That's the life cycle. Panini Markets regularly updates its private label product range based on the consumer feedback because of the packaging and being attractive. Promotion, communicating with the consumers to increase awareness and sales, directly talking with them. The one example which I gave it to you, the Fuzzy Bakers one. Then Yatuk and SME selling instant Arabic coffee uses Instagram ads and influencer marketing, Google AdSense too, to reach younger consumers because people, they are the youth. They are so much into the coffee and they are the one who are selling up the um, authentic coffees too. Selling, interacting with the consumers to persuade them to purchase products or services. Sometimes you go to a shop, but you really don't want that product. But the person who is standing there attending you, they try their best to convince you, and most of the time people get convinced. Patunia Furniture, Jeddah-based SME, uses trained sales staff to explain product features and close in the store and online. That is the target which they had. They need to close it every month and every day online and the in-store physical as well. Marketing objectives. SMEs in Saudi Arabia focus on the specific goals to marketing. That is, marketing is their medium of communication through which they grab the attention of the consumers and they work on the profit. Build brand awareness. Way too simple. What you're doing. When you're going to publicize your organization, an SME, a coffee shop, a small cart, a bakala, the people going to come at your place. For example, Sahara Dates participates in the local festivals to introduce their products to new audiences. Like we have the annual fairs and everything where we, literally show casas. Grow market share. Example, Safa Water launches original price. Promotions to gain consumers from the larger competitors, like just dropping few prices, a few amount of chunks of price, and then people are going to get crazy. Launch new products. For example, Shawarma House introduces a new healthy wrap line based on the feedback from the fitness conscious consumers. The keto one, the and the rest one is what? The gluten-free one. Target new consumers. Example, Boutique Abaya, clothing SME, for the like they are into the luxurious abayas. Targets the international consumers with their e-commerce site. That is through the websites, Instagram channels. Clear? Objectives of the marketing.
Yes, clear.
When it comes to market research objectives, first was the identification of the consumer needs and wants. That is, Alfaris Perfumes conducts the fragrance testing booths in the mall to learn consumer preferences, like the Ahmed perfumes in Makkah and Medina. Whenever we go to the Umrah, there the people always are out of the shop and they make sure, and even in the malls, that we try their ouds and everything. For a few people, it's like a nice thing, but for many, they do get the migraines. Evaluate promotional effectiveness. Nora Fashion tracks website traffic and coupon usage after the influencer promotions to measure the success. Nowadays, maybe you have an idea that people grab the attention through the influencers. They send in the PRs and the pays as well, and then they just promote it through the Instagram promotions, sometimes videos, and the consumers, they get crazy. Relationships of marketing with other departments, marketing departments in context to other departments. Now, departments are of different sort: sales, R&D, finance, operation, consumer service, and human resource, HR. Sales. Align the promotional strategies with sales target. Why we're doing the promotion, the research on the marketing, on the budgeting? Because we want to boost up the sales of the product. Finance, budget for the campaigns, measure the rate on interest. That is, you need to be very calculative and calculative at the same time when you are working in the ratios and you're in the finance department. Operations, ensure enough stock for advertisement promotions. Now you have listed an advertisement that buy one get one free, but what if you don't have that much enough stock at the back end? Mostly it happens a lot. They do it just, they want to create a hype. Consumer service, collect feedback to improve the product features. Like when I even asked, did you get the lecture or do you want some upgradation in it? Why I'm asking it? Because I want that you should get the qualitative education. That's the main reason. HR, train staff in the consumer service and the sales skills. That is, boosting them with the on-the-job training and off-the-job training by giving them different benefits and targets. And then we're going to make sure they work effectively. For example, Tori Stationery works with the operations to ensure smooth delivery of the customized products promoted in a seasonal market campaign. Now, on the seasonal basis too, many organizations work perfectly, but when the season is not there, there's a lot of issue. Now, PTP, Personal Development Plan. Now, this is for the person itself as well, and this is for the outsiders too. This can be used in the organization too, in different schools and colleges too. Okay. We have area of development, we have current status, we have the action steps, we have the timeline, we have the support and resources. Let's begin with the research planning, the areas of development. We need to work on it. Current status, basic understanding. Take an online course on the market research fundamentals, for example, Coursera or the Khan Academy. Because you want to work in this area, that's why. It will take how many days or weeks? 4 weeks, that's a month. What do you need to pursue with it? Internet access and course platform. Clear the first point? Data collection, limited experience, obviously, that's the status. You're not having experience enough for this field. What you're going to do? Practice by creating a consumer survey for the mock product. That is, before a final product, you're going to go for the mock one. A mock test, it will take 2 weeks, and we're going to use Google Forms feedback from the tutor. Data analysis. needs improvement. And what we're going to do, learn basic Excel data analysis, pivot tables and charts, and we're going to get 3 weeks to complete it. YouTube tutorials for free. Report findings needs clarity. What we're going to do, write a mock report summarizing survey results. It will take 2 weeks. And template guidance from the instructor, like your supervisors. Presentation skills, it's like an okay one. And what we need to do, create a short presentation and present to classmates before the final one. It will take 1 week. PowerPoint, peer review, Slack, Zoho, your choice. Conclusion, marketing is a core function within an SME, driving customer engagement, product development, and business growth. Now, marketing itself is a huge degree and a diploma as well. And with that, when we talk within SME context, we need to work on the customer engagement, how we are engaging them. Like how we engage the students, we do the same exact scenario when we are an entrepreneur or a board of director and when you deal with the consumers. Then product development, how you're going to boost up the product, the categories, the size, the quality, the prices, everything. And business growth. You cannot stick all the time at SME level. You need to grow yourself to become a private company, then the public, and then a big multinational. By understanding the diverse activities involved and aligning them with the clear objectives, organizations can thrive even in competitive markets. When you know what the responsibilities are, how to attempt the work, who is going to be doing an XYZ thing, then things are really easy. Everyone knows the responsibility, their task, and there is a smoother performance in every aspect and department. Furthermore, developing individual research skills through a structured PDP, personal development plan, or a support, better decision making and adds value to the marketing team. Because we really want to work on this department, that is why. And R&D is equally important. This is just a small summary in the form of infographic, what we did today. And
Okay.
that's it.